Sorry, let's continue. It's just become dark. It may become dark again. So it's become a pseudomembrane colitis, the blood clots. When they use antibiotics continuously for 7 to 14 days, bacteria killed in the intestinal area. So what happened? Clostridium difficile is dominant, then cause water diarrhea. Now, why it will have a pseudomembrane colitis? This is also an AB toxin. So same thing like we talked about before. A toxin domain, and B is transmembrane domain. So there is a blood that comes out. Okay, so that's what happened. Now, what are the AB toxin? What are the toxins really we talk about? This toxin is very important for diagnosis. If we can use fluorescence test or some rapid test to test that AB toxin, which means we can identify finally there is a Clostridium difficile in the patient. Now, how are we going to do the treatment? This is something very interesting. Since we are using antibiotic for so long, let's say we use methicillin for so long, okay, we cause a problem. So the treatment, the first treatment, what we do, we using another antibiotics. So for example, we using methicillin too much. We use vancomycin. So it is an alternative. It's an alternative antibiotics. Okay? Now, second, what we're going to do, you're going to drink some of the yogurt. Why we drink some of the yogurt? Because yogurt has lots of the lactic acid bacteria. And we want to put the normal bacteria back to the intestinal because we are using antibiotics too much. Bacteria killed all the bacteria in the intestinal. No bacteria there. This one is dominant. We want to put the bacteria back. So we drink some yogurt. That's a very conservative treatment. Number 3, we call it fecal transplants. This is kind of, you heard about this, is horrible. What happened is kind of horrific maybe. This is using a normal person. A normal person, the fecal sample, and then into the patient. Why? Because in the intestinal area, the bacteria has been killed. So the normal fecal sample of a person, ideally you have so many bacteria, then you could put those normal bacteria back into the patient to put the intestinal bacteria into a normal status. So those are the 3 treatments for Cadiz. Now, Cadiz, a long time ago, we always think about that this is a pathogen, what has happened in the hospital. But later on, going through the environment, going through the drinking water system, the irrigation water system, this is already being an emerging pathogen in the food processing, in the food safety area. So that's why right now, even like me, we do some more food safety research. We already pay much attention to the Clostridium difficile. Okay? So this is pretty much what I have for Clostridium difficile.